guys, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Yepa, shamanic practitioner. Welcome to my channel. So today we are going to be tapping into the zodiac sign of Taurus. Calling on my Tauruses, sun, moon, and rising signs. Tap in, tap in, tap in. We are getting ready to do you guys channel reading here. Alright. If you are interested in a more personal reading from me, spiritualvibrations.org. Please make sure that you check out my spiritual shop online as well. Alright, Taurus, let's go ahead and dive on into your reading. Alright, please excuse my hands. Alright. I'm not quite sure what Spirit wants to talk to you guys about, but whatever comes out, we're going to talk about it. So take what resonates and leave what does not, okay? This is a collective reading, and not everything is going to resonate with you, but shit, you never know. All of it may resonate with you, okay? So let's go ahead and tap in. Tap me into the collective for Tauruses, sun, moon, and rising. For the zodiac sign of Taurus, tap me into the collective. The zodiac sign of Taurus, tap me into the collective. Tap me into the collective for the zodiac sign of Taurus, and tap me into the collective for the zodiac sign of Taurus. Alright, what do you want to talk to Taurus about today? Oop, wrong deck. Wrong deck. We can't start off with this deck first. Alright. So Tauruses, maybe you guys been a little forgetful, a little absent-minded, okay? Some of our Tauruses, you've been making some changes, you've been changing some things up, okay? You've been making some changes, alright? Alright, my Taurus, tap me into the collective. So at least this is pre-shuffle, right? Tap me into the collective, right? For the Taurus, the sun, moon, and rising. Tap me into the collective of Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Tap me into the collective for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. What do you want to... I'm going to take this to you guys as a bonus, but this will not be the leading card. We do have a second... No, that's not segment. This is magical protection. Okay, Tauruses. Some of you guys could be into magic. Some of you guys recently did some magic as well. If you recently did any type of candle magic, it did work, okay? For others, okay, there is a need to protect your energy, all right? For some of you, you may need some protection work done. It's giving me evil eye, okay? So for some of my Tauruses, you definitely need to be doing some evil eye, banishment, candle magic. Like I said, if you've recently done those things, it was successful here. Very spiritual. Many of you are very spiritual. Okay, you could be drawn to magic. Alright, so let's go ahead and tap on in. What you want to talk to Taurus about today for the collective? What you want to talk to Taurus about today for the collective? And what do you want to talk to Taurus about today for the collective? Final shuffle. Alright, Divine Spirit, what do you want to talk to Taurus about today for the collective Taurus? What do you want to talk to them about today, Taurus? What do you want to talk to them about today, Taurus? Alright. Alright. Hey, listen. We got the card of protection. Okay? Alright, let's talk about it, Taurus. Bottom of the deck here, we have creating and writing. Okay? I won't use this particular card for the reading. I'm just going to use this as the base for the reading, but I am going to use this card with this card to channel. So this portion of this reading for my Tauruses is going to be channeled messages that I hear, feel, and sense. Again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Well, let's go ahead and tap on in. Alright. Tauruses, you guys are protected. You have a very protective spirit, spirits, guardians that's very much around you at this time. I definitely feel here like there's definitely been changes in your way of thinking. There's been changes in your perception. Many of my Tauruses, there is a strong activation of your Ori that is happening at this particular time here as well. Your antennas for psychic abilities are extremely heightened, so you're very tapped in, very intuitive, but also extremely empathic at this time as well. Okay. For some of you guys, you do need to protect your Ori, especially if you're going out around large crowds or just people that may not have the best of energy as well. So covering up your Ori. Some of you have found feathers recently, or you're going to be finding feathers after this reading here as well. That is from your spirit team. Okay. A lot of purple, a lot of third eye activation. Taurus, is you're very tapped in right now to your psychic abilities. Some of you could be drawn more to the color purple at this time, drawn more to the color white at this time as well. Tauruses, I feel here that you have definitely been creating a lot of stability in your life, laying down the foundations for things in your life as well. For others, that's what you're working towards right now. Okay. Many of my Tauruses, you come from royalty. Okay. Many of my Tauruses, you've been feeling more confident. I feel like you're loving your body. Something about your body. You're getting more in tune with your body. For my divine feminine, you could be feeling more sensual, more sexy. Confirmation. Feeling more sensual, more sexy, more of the shit. For my masculines, you feeling good. You know, you feeling fine. Okay. Some of my Tauruses, you've been working on your body. Okay. Or there's been some ideas of making some changes. Okay. To your body. Tauruses, you guys have a glow about you. You have a glow about you at this time. There is a lot of security and stability around you. You are the embodiment of security and stability, even if things right now feels a little bit imbalanced, even if it feels like you're juggling, you are secure and you are very much stable. Many of my Tauruses, you're really in your power right now as well. Many of my Tauruses, you're popping out. I heard about what you say. So for some of my Tauruses, like some of the shit you guys been saying lately, just been like, wow, okay, like wow, she wow for that. Not in a negative way, but you know, just kind of surprised of their character, of their energy, of that ashe, okay. And not just in the form of speaking, but I actually saw that in my third eye. But many of my Taurus is kind of like popping out, is the center of attention. So I feel like Taurus, is the spotlight could definitely be on you at this particular time as well. So protection is key. Protecting the things that you have built. Protecting your energy, okay? From yourself as well as from others as well. Your spirit team has a protection for you when it comes to outside situations trying to intervene. Okay, what is in store for you? All right. For some of my Tauruses, if you've been thinking about writing a book, get it done. Okay. Some of my Tauruses, you've been doing a lot of journaling. Okay. For some of you, you wrote petitions. You drawn some sigils on your protection work, or there is a need for you to draw sigils on your protection work, come up with sigils on your protection work as well. Okay, many of you have been through a lot and have a book within you to write. All right, if there is an idea that you had, it's time to kind of take action on that at this time as well. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead now and let's dive on into the read. Alright, so now that we've slightly pre-shuffled, Alright, let's go ahead and tap in for Taurus. I'm going to shuffle 3 times for Taurus. Clarify this. What you want to talk to Taurus about? Taurus and Taurus. What you want to talk to Taurus about today, Divine Spirit? Clarify protection for Taurus. Clarify protection for Taurus, the collective. Protection, Taurus. Okay, we have retreat. All right, so it's kind of like for some of my Tauruses, you've been popping out, showing, like popping out, shining your light, but at the same time laid back. Like, I don't know, it's giving me this like surprise, I'm still here, but I fall back. You know, I don't know what that's about. Okay, for some of you, this could be on social media. You could be kind of popping in and out as well, but you're protecting your energy. You're protecting the things that you're working on behind the scenes, you know. For others, again, like it's really been about, I feel like, protecting your energy, Taurus. That's what you've really been focusing on, protecting your energy. Some of you guys have definitely been like taking some time out to rest. Maybe some of you are on vacation or planning for some vacation. Okay, some of you just recently came back from some type of trip or getaway. Some of you guys would benefit from going on a trip at this time as well. All right, I do feel like this is a time of retreating, of resting, okay, as well. Because I feel like many of my Tauruses, you was fighting some battles, but you overcame some type of battle that you've been fighting. And now that you have overcome that battle, now that you have risen above whatever adversity, whatever challenge that this was for you, Taurus, it's like your body can rest. Have you guys ever had that feeling? And I know many of you can relate, like when you've been so worked up about something, right? Not being for sure, you know, how it's going to work out, you being so worked up. And then when it finally works out in your favor, it's kind of like, oh my God, like a woosah. Like you can just sleep, you can just, like your body can rest. That's kind of like the energy that you guys are in right now. Okay? Alright, what's this, what you want to talk to Taurus about? Clarify protection for Taurus Collective. Taurus Protection Collective, what you want to talk to them about? We do have here rescuing myself. Okay? Alright, so like I said, many of my Taurus is here. You really been heavy on the protect my peace, protect my energy by any means necessary. You really been on this thing of protecting my energy by focusing on me. Okay, so it's kind of like maybe it's been a little bit about me, you know, type of energy here. But I feel like that's what many of you actually needed, though, to be honest here. So there could be certain people that feel like you fell off, that maybe you've been acting a little bit different. Maybe you on your high horse, quote unquote, but you really just chilling. You good. You know. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm thinking back. And I'm good. Kicking back, okay? Kicking back. It's kind of like Taurus is also another thing that I'm seeing here. Was like in this place of retreat, in this place of kicking back, you guys are pushing forward as well, you know. But that's the shit that people don't see. But you're doing that purposely, though. Like, people don't really see the leg work that you putting in. I feel like many of my Taurus is here, you making moves behind the scenes, and then you just popping out and showing motherfuckers that type of energy. And it's not to kind of like, you know, be immature, be egotistical, like, man, it's just like, no, you don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing until it's done. Okay, because maybe in the past you spoke about some shit and it fell through because you spoke about it too soon. You know, you spoke about something before the egg hatched. And understand that everybody ain't happy for you. And many of my Tauruses, you are very much aware that you've learned that lesson. You've been through some experiences where you already know what's good. And so, you know, it's kind of like you're building establishments in your life. You're building structure in your life. And so you are purging out the minions, negative energies that want to try to come in and take, kill, or destroy, right? It's very hard for a person to knock down something where it has already been built and there is structure, versus someone that hasn't even built it yet. Okay? It's been a lot of taking back your power in this process that you've been going through. Okay, clarify protection for Taurus, collective insight. Protection for Taurus, collective insight here. Look at that, boundaries. Enough said. That's what you guys been doing. You're setting boundaries. You're placing boundaries on yourself. You're setting boundaries with others. Some people you don't feel back from. Okay. For some people just be doing too much. For some, you may have left an ex alone, to protect your energy. Some of the people from your past, you done pull back your energy on here as well. Okay. Taurus, is be careful with people touching your hair at this time. Taurus is also another thing that I'm seeing here. You guys are definitely impacted by the astrological shifts that's happening right now. As you know, we are in the full moon in Capricorn. We just went on the 13th. I don't know what day it is, okay? But what day is it? Okay, that was yesterday. Like, that's bad, but it be like that though. We had Neptune in retrograde. We in retrograde. We got Saturn that's coming in retrograde on the 17th. So there's a lot of astrological shifts that's happening. And Taurus, you do need to check into your astrological chart at this time to see how they are going to be impacting you as well. Okay. For some of you, it's time to wash your hair. You've collected enough energy. Okay, so if you're having a lot of headaches or pressure, or just kind of feel like your scalp is itching, not like it's something, it just feels like your scalp is itching. Okay, it's time to, you've accumulated too much energy. All right, and if it's weave, all right, not knocking nobody, all right, but if it's weave and it's something been in there for a while, it's time to take it out. Okay, because you have absorbed enough energy here, and it could actually be weighing you down and causing confusion. Okay. All right. Taurus. Some of you guys, not all of you, I just heard Gullah Geechee. Some of you guys have your roots, ancestral energy. You are a part of the Gullah Geechee. That's not for everyone. Confirmation. All right. Taurus, protection. Clarify protection for Taurus. All right, thank you, Spirit. All right, you have assuming financial responsibility, okay? For some of my Tauruses, you had to take a better look at your financial situation, okay? So for some of you, you've been setting boundaries with yourself when it comes to your money. You've been assuming more financial responsibilities, You realize, like, hey, at the end of the day, I got to take care of me. For some, and it's like by doing so, it's like, all right, I got to get better with my spending. For others here, that could be something that you need to work on, is your relationship surrounding your finances, okay, your financial health at this time. For some of you, this could be like if you've been giving money to other people, setting boundaries with that as well. Money does not grow on trees, okay? They made of trees, but they don't grow on trees, okay? So that's the difference here. Some of my Tauruses, it's time to work on your credit. You've been working on your credit, and I do see improvements, or there will be improvements here as well, okay? For somebody, this is not for a lot, but for somebody, you may gamble too much. Okay, and it's time for you to set a better boundary with yourself. because you may always be seeking help for others when you can really kind of do things yourself, but you're gambling. All right. The next thing that I just heard, and I'm not here to judge nobody, I'm just here to speak the truth. Okay. For somebody, all right, I know that hair is expensive, but for somebody, you are really kind of like spending too much on hair and then getting behind in things that you know you're supposed to be taking care of, but then want to ask for help because you don't have it, but your hair is done. For some of you, this is not for all. You need to get your priorities in alignment. Okay? For some of you, this has been a situation where maybe there was like some type of job loss. And I do see if there was a job loss, that's a thing of the past. Maybe a new job has come in, and now that this job has come in, you are more smarter and wiser with your money. For some of you, this is not going to be for all, but there was a reason behind why there could have been like a layoff or money being cut off, because needed to get taught the gratitude and the value of the dollar, and more respect for the dollar. Okay? For some of you, you would work, make money, and you would take care of everything, but you wouldn't pour into yourself. For others, you will pour into yourself. You would take care of what you needed to take care of, but it's kind of like a rob Peter, pay Paul, but I'm going to this particular place, so I'm going to do this event, you know. Like, don't get me wrong, we done all did that shit, you know, that's life. But for some, this is like a pattern, was a pattern, all right? So depending on where you are in the scale, whether this is something you're going through now or recently went through, for those, this is things you overcome and you're going to overcome. Okay? Because for many of my Tauruses, you know, you're doing a lot on your own. You're doing a lot on your own. So I also feel that some of you may have had to set boundaries where it's like, look, at the end of the day, I'm the head of the house, so I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. So, you know, I can't keep sacrificing certain things. So I may not be able to go out with you this weekend. I may not be able to do this particular time, you know. But, you know, it's kind of like a better strategy of priorities while at the same time enjoying yourself. Okay? All right, let's keep going. For protection for Taurus. What you want to talk to them about? Protection for Taurus Collective. Protection for Taurus Collective, okay? We do have maintaining boundaries, all right? Some of you may have Capricorn placements in your chart. You may know a Capricorn, because this card also came out for Capricorn as well. But heavy on the boundaries, Tauruses, all right? I feel like my Tauruses, you guys are, I block your ass real quick. I'm not giving you no explanation, just the cutoff game strong. Some of you just been kind of like in that vibe, in that energy. The cutoff game has been strong. For some of you, it may have not been something easy to do, but you know it needed to be done. All right. For others, you may have gotten a new home and you're protecting your home. All right. So it's like everybody not welcomed, you know. Where maybe in the past everybody was welcome, but you're very selective on, because I'm seeing a house here and seeing houses here and a house here. So yeah, some of you very selective, okay, about who you allow in your home, because you're just not on that type of time and no more with folks, with situations. For others, okay, you may have bought a home or you're considering buying a home, and you could be making some repairs as well. So that could be another reason why you don't maybe want certain people, you know, at your home, because you're still working on improving your home at this time. But again, you guys definitely been maintaining boundaries to protect your peace. Okay? It's kind of like, I love you, but I love you from a distance. Like, you know, some of these people that you dissing yourself with, it's no hard feelings. It's just like, look, it's best you stay here. It's best I stay there. All right. What's this protection about for the Taurus? Protection for Taurus. Protection for Taurus, what you want to talk to them about. Okay, we have taking time for meditation and prayer. All right, so for many of you, you've been tapping more into your meditative state, meditating. You've been tapping more into prayer as well. Okay, Psalms 91, heavy on that. Psalms 102, heavy on that. Psalms 23, heavy on that. Is that Romans 8:1? Heavy on that. Using the power of the prayer for protection. Some of you guys been speaking your prayer over your magic as well. Some of you guys need to start doing that as well. Okay. Some of you guys have been taking time to get closer to God, getting closer to Source, getting closer to your higher self. All right, getting closer to you, learning more about you, understanding you as well, getting to know you better, right? Please know, Tauruses, okay, Spirit is telling me to tell you guys that when you are getting ready to meditate, that's a portal. Your space should be cleansed before you meditate. You either need to cleanse your space, you need to call up on your protective spirit team before you go into a state of meditation. Some of you are not cleansing your space, not calling in your guides before you go into a meditative state. You are supposed to cleanse to protect your sacred space of meditation. Call upon your spirit team to step forth before your meditation so that they can surround you, because you are going into an interdimensional space when you are in the space of meditation, and anything can come through, and everything is not love and light. Okay, for some of you here, there is a need to cleanse your property, cleanse the outside of your home. Okay, anytime that I'm doing a cleansing in my home, okay, I cleanse the whole entire home, front to back, top to bottom, and I go outside and I do protection work around my whole entire yard. Okay. For some of you, that's what you do. Keep doing that. Okay. If you have fell off, Tauruses, from tapping into your spiritual rituals, if you have fell off from tapping into your routines, you need to get back to that. You need to assume responsibility and get back to that. Okay? To keep those boundaries, to keep that level of protection around you, you need to get back to doing the things that you used to do. Okay? Protection for Taurus. Protection for Taurus. Collective insight. Protection for Taurus. Look at that power. Alright. Some of you have the head of Oya. Her energy has been coming up very strong. And you know who else energy been coming up a lot? For those that believe, okay? Because you have to have a level of belief for this particular deity here. Mother Mary. Mother Mary. Okay. Mother Mary. I gotta call somebody back. So yeah. Your energies. Some of my Tauruses here. Alright. You may need to assume better responsibility when it comes to your light bill. You may need to assume better responsibility. I'm not laughing at you. It's just crazy. I got this message. You may need to assume better responsibility with your light bill. You could be leaving things on unnecessarily. Just constantly letting things run unnecessarily. So be mindful of that. Okay. This may not be for everybody, but if there is somebody that is going through a time right now where they may have a shut off notice, on some aspect of their utilities and you have been praying, okay, I'm seeing something going to come through at the last minute, but it's going to be something that's going to save the day. So I don't see it actually happening, and you're going to receive it at the last minute, but it's going to be just in enough time for you to have everything taken care of. But it's kind of like a lesson is you're kind of being taught a lesson too, okay, about something. All right. Let me get two more cards here for Taurus for protection. What you want to talk to them about? Taurus protection. All right. We have a connection. All right. If you've broken up from a connection, broken up from a relationship, that was God's protection. Rejection is God's protection. For others, you could be in a fairly new relationship, or you could be in a relationship at this time. You have already embodied that ability to set those boundaries. So when you came in this connection, you started to set that boundary, or you are setting that boundary. Know that this connection is protected. For some of you, this is a soulmate. For others, you've had a past life with this connection. And for others, this person that you are in union with, communicating with, there is some type of soul contract here. So there is protection surrounding this union because of the mission that is a part of this connection, okay? For others, that you have been praying, you have been doing magic, you've been doing rituals, you've been doing manifestation work to bring in a partner, okay, somebody that's going to be financially wealthy, is financially secure. Don't have to be even wealthy, but for somebody wealthy, financially secure, someone that's loyal, committed, that person is coming, okay? But you have to continue the process of the undergoing changes that you're going through, okay? What's this protection here for Taurus? Protection. Yeah, you guys been moving through discomfort. All right. You've been moving through some discomfort. Like for some of you, again, now for others, when it comes to relationships, okay, there could be a difficult time that you have been going through. For others, you were in a difficult connection in the past, but now it's something about this person that feels different, that feels new. Okay. Taurus is very proud of you because with the healing that you've been doing, you've been really looking at some flaws within yourself, some errors, not failures. I don't believe in humans having failures. Errors, some errors that you may have made along the way, and you've been taking responsibility and you've been working towards that, and you've been rising above, okay? And it's a beautiful motherfucking thing. Even if you haven't saw the beauty, it is a beautiful thing. Okay, do a lot of butterflies you guys are seeing as well. All right, final card for protection and Taurus. We're gonna close out. All right, so we have here, yeah, releasing resistance. Okay, releasing resistance. I'm not about to take all these because I already see what it's about. One card for Taurus, protection. That was a message for somebody. All right. You need to trust that you are making the right decisions. You need to trust that you will be making the right decisions as well. And know that any decisions that you've made, you're protected regardless of how the outcome may go. There's a level of protection surrounding the choices that you make. You have a lot of eyes on you, Taurus. A lot of motherfucking eyes on you. Protection work, protecting your energy at this time is needed. Some of you definitely have evil eye that has been sent here as well. Like I said, your intuition is very strong. Some of you guys need to get your eyes checked. Okay, some of you guys, it's time for glasses. Okay, time for you to get your contacts. For somebody, stop leaving your contacts in your eyes. Okay, some of my Taurus is your eye. One of your eyes runs a lot. For some of you guys, you have migraines, especially what I call biometric migraines. So like when storms and things like that happen, rain, it causes your head to hurt. But what I was going to say, if I didn't say it, some of you guys been having a lot of mucus in your eye. Some of you guys been A lot of water has been running, or some of you guys have definitely released, cried, okay? Know that, you know, once you cry, your ancestors are coming, baby. Look at them all around, right? I said, "Mom, baby up there crying. What's your wrong, Snookums? What's your wrong, baby?" The elder said, "Turn it over to God." You definitely got a grandmother on the other side, very much around you. Grandmother and great grandmother as well. All right. You guys are powerful in protection magic. Don't sleep on yourself, okay? All right, so this does complete the insight for Taurus. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, Ashe.